Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Tom, and I've been seeing comic book movies in theaters for about the past decade and a half now. About 90%. I've seen most of them about or on the day they came out, and most of the time, what I'll do right after I see them in the theater is I will do a review on Facebook for my friends to see, guide them, say, hey, this is what I like, you might like it too, that kind of thing. For Justice League, when it hit theaters in 2017, I never did that. I thought it was okay, but I was one of the few that thought it was okay. Um, but yeah, the reviews pretty much spoke for themselves. I didn't do a review, but I did watch Zack Snyder's Justice League on HBO Max, and I'm here to tell you why it is so much better than the 2017 theatrical version. Um, but yeah, got my phone here, help me out. But what you first need to do, no matter if you've seen the 2017 version or not, watch it. And if it's in disc form, pop it in, watch it, pop it out. Put that sucker in the nearest trash receptacle you have because you no longer need it. Sign up for HBO Max if you haven't. The only place for that movie now, the 2017 theatrical cut, is the garbage. It, yeah, Zack Snyder, it's obvious the guy knows how to tell a story. Granted, the elephant in the room, it's 4 hours long, but trust me, the dude knows how to tell a story. I'm a Zack Snyder fan, have been since probably Watchmen or 300, and I've defended him countless times. He knows how to tell a story, trust me. But with that said, let's get into the notes. Okay. Um, First point is, like I said, it makes a lot more sense. There's a lot more backstory to a lot of characters that's needed. That the 2017 cut, Joss Whedon, I'm not saying he did anything wrong. He was following the studio execs' advice. But yeah, trust me when I say 2021 version, Zack Snyder's Justice League is a lot better. Um, Whedon's version had a lot of campiness in it, and Zack Snyder still does to an extent, but nowhere near where Joss Whedon's does. Again, not a knock on Whedon, but trust me, it's better off without it. Let's see. Like I said, runtime, it is 4 hours long. Trust me when I say it is worth every second. Every second is utilized. It has a purpose. It's trust me. If you can trudge through 4 hours, you're gonna see one hell of a great movie. Let's see. Oh, it is unlike its 2017 counterpart, rated R. 2017 was rated PG-13 because let's face it, they wanted to compete with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No questions asked. But this one has a lot more blood in it. It's not a ton of blood, but you will notice it when it happens. Trust me. Um, and that leads me into my next point: the music. It's got a darker edge to it, which it's a Zack Snyder film. It's going to be a dark film, trust me. But this is probably one of his lightest films compared to his others. But back on topic, sorry. Um, it's a lot more edgy. It's I don't want to say gritty, but it's there. You notice it. Um, but the 2017, it had some music where it was like, oh, let's be kind of light and be lighthearted. Where Snyder said, no, screw that. Let's just go for the gut. And the music is better for it. The storytelling is better for it. Trust me, this music is great. Let's see here. The tone, like I said, it's a darker tone. But because of that tone, it tells a better story. Better backstories, better everything. Trust me. Let's see here. One thing I noticed is Zack Snyder, to back this up, is a huge comic book nerd. Um, what he does with it is there are 6 chapters in this with an epilogue too, and they all have titles like "The Age of Heroes" and "All the King's Men." I think is one. So what I got out of that is that it actually plays out like it's different issues of a comic book in succession, and I thought that was really cool. Enjoyed that, and it set up what was going to happen next beautifully. So I love that. Yes, Steppenwolf, the villain. Right off the bat, you can tell he's got a brand new look, or the look that Zack Snyder wanted him to have. It's gold and shiny. It's got all kind of points on it. There's stuff that moves on it everywhere. Visually, um, don't know if I said it was gold, but it's got some purple hues to it, depending on what how the light hits it. It's yeah. I don't want to say fun to look at, but it's definitely more interesting to look at than Joss Whedon's version, which wasn't a bad version. I liked it, but this one catches your eye like that. Steppenwolf's got more of a purpose in this. He talks with some new characters. I'll get into that soon. But yeah, how he's dealt with in the 2017 film, you've had 3.5 years to see it. I'll just say his parademons, minions, feed off his fear, and he's teleported off. And it's just like, what the hell? This world conqueror just get defeated by his own minions? I don't get it. This one, not gonna say what happens to him, but the way he's dealt with, it's yeah, definitely rated R, and definitely better than 2017 version. But yeah, let's see here. New characters. We've got one, Dr. Silas Stone. Sorry, who is the father of Victor Stone, Cyborg. You find out has a right-hand man at Star Labs, Ryan Choi. He's a nanotechnology guy, and I watched some videos on YouTube that said, yeah, he actually becomes the second incarnation of the Atom, who has the ability to shrink at will. So, Zack Snyder might be planting some seeds in the future, or what would have been the future. Who knows? We'll never know. Until DC actually says, hey, we're going to go ahead and do X future for this DCEU. Let's see. Desaad is like, I got that he was like the liaison between Steppenwolf and Darkseid. Well, let's talk about in a minute. But he's just like, kind of talking to Steppenwolf like, hey, you got stuff to do. Until then, you're not going to talk to Darkseid. Darkseid saw some videos that he was actually going to be the main villain in this movie. Then some stuff happened with Batman vs. Superman, and the execs at Warner Brothers said, you know what, let's change up a lot of stuff for Justice League a month before shooting. So, just my own personal opinion, that's why the mess that the DCU EU is right now. But anyway, off topic, sorry. But Darkseid's in it. He has a purpose. Some stuff happens in this movie that further his purpose. And yeah, it definitely tells a better story with Darkseid than without. Let's see here. Aquaman and Wonder Woman, I thought, were the two Justice League members that they didn't stay the same, but they stayed mostly the same in their purpose and their characters, everything. So I'm going to leave that pretty much stand. That if anything, sorry, Aquaman was a little bit more of a badass, and Wonder Woman actually was. She provided more reason for the film, but besides that, they pretty much stayed the same. Let's see here. Batman in Joss Whedon's version, he wasn't a complete spaz, but he was kind of a loose cannon. Got under the team member's skin a little bit, especially Wonder Woman, or Diana, who shoved him. That's not in this movie. It made no sense in 2017, and it is not in this movie, which I'm glad of. But stuff like that, Batman, he's more into his character from the comics and how you know him, which I appreciated. Let's see here. Superman, new black suit. They never verbally say, hey, we gave him the suit because X reason, but he chooses the black suit, he goes up into the sky, and he absorbs the sun for his power. Well, the thing I got out of that is, he's been dead for how long? Spoiler alert, sorry. It's been out since 2017, not a spoiler anymore. But the thing I got out of that is that he wanted to absorb the sun. Well, what color is he going to do that the most? Black. So there is a purpose for the black suit, and there is no blue suit in this movie that I saw on Superman, at least. Let's see here. Flash. Flash got a huge upgrade in this movie, my god. He was kind of he was a spaz in the 2017 version. This one he's still a spaz, but he has moments that balance him out. He's got choices to make, and he makes them beautifully. What else? But he's also down to earth. in some points, and he makes sense. Um, that and one thing I'm a huge fan of in comic book movies. I'm a huge fan of shows of power. Flash has no less than two or three scenes that are brand new that all show how brilliant, how powerful he really is. How we're introduced to him in 2017 is with his powers, he draws on glasses and a funny face on a guy behind him in the prison. Just really quick, and oh, ha ha ha, it's supposed to be funny. This one, no, no, no. This one, he uses his powers heroically. That's all I'm going to say about that, but it for an introduction to a character, it is a huge upgrade. I loved it. Let's see. Cyborg. Whoa. Cyborg got a huge upgrade. You learn that he is so powerful he can affect what he wants with technology with a thought. Um, and he does that in the movie. I'm not going to say how, but he helps somebody with that. So he is a hero that's solidified in that moment. Um, then let's see here. But yeah, he shows off his powers so much more than he did in the 2017 version. That and what else? There's a subplot with him and the character I'm going to talk about next, Dr. Silas Stone, his father. That there's a dynamic that wasn't in the 2017 version that is in this version. That is, it furthers both of them in terms of character development so much. It's amazing. I loved it. Um, yeah, that was awesome. But the character that changed the most, I think, in my opinion, was Dr. Silas Stone, Victor Stone, Cyborg's father. He is so integral to this storyline in the 2021 version. It's unreal. Um, he actually does something pretty important. Not going to say what it is, but if you watch it, you'll know it. He is like so integral with the knowledge of the mother box that hey, he used it on Victor to save his life, and they go more into that in this version than they did in the 2017 version. I can't say enough about them. What he did, Joe Morton, how he portrayed him is amazing. Zack Snyder gave him a lot more screen time in this. 2017, he was a little bit more than thrown in the film, and yeah, he knew some stuff about the mother box, and that was it. This one, 2021, he knows so much more. He is so much more integral to the storyline. I love it. He's the character that got the most improvement to me. Let's see here. There is an epilogue in this that is not explored at all. Well, part of it is in the credit scene a credit scene in Justice League 2017. The epilogue is more explored. You see a character that you don't see anywhere in the 2017 version, and it would have hinted at what could be the future of the DC Extended Universe. I hope it is. It gives great insight into what would happen in future installments and in future Justice League movies, and I loved it, and I hope DC executives take note of this, that damn it, we want that. Um, what they had planned for the future of the DC Extended Universe, what Zack Snyder had planned, was amazing, and that's explored in this epilogue, and it's really cool, and I loved it. Easter eggs, my God, Zack Snyder is Mr. Easter Egg. Watch any YouTube on video or on YouTube. Type in Zack Snyder's Justice League Easter eggs. There are going to be a ton of videos, even though the damn thing only came out 2 days ago. I learned a few new things, and I actually noticed two different Easter eggs. One of them is actually in the 2017 cut when Diana looks at the briefcase explosive. The timer goes from 7 to 6. To me, that might be an Easter egg. It might not be, but originally in the comics there were 7 Justice League members. In this movie there are 6. So I made a connection. I don't know if it's viable. Who knows? But there's a scene with a football stadium where the clock goes from 7 to 6 to 5. Well, kind of the same thing. 7 original members in the comics, 6 in this movie, but for most of the movie there's only 5 because Superman is obviously dead. And then I just wanted to end this. If you've stayed with me this long, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Zack Snyder, he's well known for being a visual director. He is with this too. It's a beautiful movie. It's a dark movie, but I love it. I love a good dark movie. But he's not just a visual director. This movie is proof that even though it's 4 hours long, he can tell a story. That's the take-home message from all of this, that we all doubted, not all of us, but a good amount doubted whether or not Zack Snyder could tell a good story. He can. It's a great story. If you guys have not subscribed to HBO Max, please, I urge you to do so. It's $15 a month. Besides this movie, it's got a ton of content, especially with DC content that I'm going to have to watch. A lot of animated movies. I'm going to have to watch Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition. I haven't done that yet. The rated R version. But get yourself HBO Max. Do yourself a favor. Watch this movie. It is well worth it. It is so much better than the 2017 theatrical version. I urge you to watch it if you haven't already. But yeah, that was my piece on it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. See ya.